Hello guys, Metal here. I wanted to show you my latest build, and this is a 4 floor piston elevator. And yeah, I built this out after seeing cubehamster and CMB's designs, and there are a few things I wanted to change about them, and I will show you now what I'm talking about with both of them. Alright guys, I'm here with the CMB's map loaded, and I wanted to talk about it for a few things. First things first, I do love how compact it is, but there are a few problems with it that I wanted to address. First things first, it's basic piston elevator. It goes fairly quick, but it's definitely not the fastest elevator out there. I don't know if the one that I've seen recently works with 1.0, but yeah, that's a good idea. But here's my problem with it. When you go down, these pistons don't necessarily go down evenly. It just bugs me. It's all personal preference. I mean, if you want to go for resource saving, most definitely go with his, because it's brilliant. Give him props. Alright guys, I'm here with cubehamster's map loaded, and his elevator runs a lot, well, it runs a little bit slower, but the downward motion is also smoother. I do like the lights that he has here in the door, but let me show you what I'm talking about here. Pretty quick going from first to second, but when you go from second floor down to first, I start to hear all these pistons, and now we'll start down. So the reason why it's smooth downward motion compared to CMB's is because instead of pulling one block away, he's pulling two, and it is a little bit more resource heavy, and it is bigger, but I think for the function that you get out of it, it's a lot better. So I'll go back to mine and show you what I've done. So guys, I'm back here at my map right now, and here's what differs from cubehamster's and mine. The delay between going from each floor to the next is pretty much exactly the same regardless of what floor you're going to. I used this smooth downward zipper piston idea because I thought it was better, and let me describe to you how this works. I noticed in cubehamster's video he was saying he was having problems with timing and stuff, and so what I did with mine is I broke it down into little segments, because I could figure out what to do with these buttons on the left here. If the elevator was here, you knew where it was, and you knew what action needed to go one floor up or two or three or whatever. But my problem is trying to get this call button to work. Like, if you'd press it, if the elevator was somewhere else on like the second or third floor, or second or third, how would you know what floor it is, and how would you know what actions to do? If you would press this button, how would you get it back down here? And this is what I broke it down to. If you're trying to call the elevator to this floor, the netherrack floor, which is on the bottom, you need to call down from every floor. So if you're on the second floor, you need to call up the bottom, call down the upper two. If you're on the third, call up the bottom two, call down the top, and if you're on the top, you need to call up all the other floors. So I broke it down into three different actions for each floor, and those actions are, it's just the requirement for the elevator to go from one floor to the next. That's all it is. That tells me what to do with them. Back here, this blue, pink, and green circuit is direct copy of cubehamsters, which I just showed. Now my additions are this black, this iron block, and this white wool. These are what I call activation cores. Reason being, elevator right now is at the bottom floor, and if you were to toggle this T flip-flop, you can see all those are activated at once. And since this is cubehamster's design, once the power is taken away, it unzips itself. It goes down nice and smooth. I just think it's overall better. One thing I did notice is with CMB's and cubehamster's design, if they wanted to go down floors, they had this circuit constantly powered, and so if they wanted to go down, and let's just power it, you can see it goes all the way down, and then elevator comes up. It's a relatively long delay, but if they wanted to go down a floor, they would unpower this and then click it back on, so it would go down. It just seemed little bit inefficient, but again, it saves space, so I mean, by all means, go with that. I mean, I did go overboard here, and I'm just me. So, but yeah, all these little cores are just redstone wire tied to repeaters going into the green circuit, and all these repeaters are set on 3 ticks except for the bottom one here. And reason being, if the circuit below is powered, and you can see right here that this is powered, if you were to power this green one with this core, without this 2-tick delay difference here, these would get powered at the same time, and you would be pushed off by this piston. So it doesn't matter, even if you're powering it from the top down, this would still activate before this, the way this repeater's set here. That repeater pulls the power down from here, powers this. So if you were to power from the top, this would be activated, honestly, 4 ticks too early. So with this is just 1 tick, and that's 3, 3, 3, 3, and 3. And the same for the core below it. This one that's lit here. It's 1 tick, and the rest are set to 3. This bottom one, however, I don't have to worry about because it unpowers the entire elevator, and what's powering the elevator is just this single torch. So, how I toggle these T flip-flops, each T flip-flop is hooked up to an activator, which I have in red right here, and a deactivator, which is in dark gray. And what happens, these are just NAND gates, and when the circuit is off, this is off, and when you have a pulse come through here, it turns this off and allows this to flicker. And when it does, or when it powers, toggles that T flip-flop and the circuit comes on, this comes on and it resets itself. And you can't, no matter how many times you toggle this when it's on, let me just doesn't matter, it's activated. So, and to deactivate it, as you can see, those all pushed. To deactivate it, redstone unpowers this torch, and again, you just need to toggle it, and all that does is recall that T flip-flop and unpower the circuit. This line here, this gray, comes up, and this red one goes down. It is still the activator and deactivator here, but how I have this wired, like I was saying over here, if you're on the bottom floor, you need to deactivate the upper 3 floors. And so you have this wire here, this teal wire, comes to this is calling the elevator to the bottom floor. It deactivates, comes up here, through here, and these are just color coded to help me know what lines to tie in. Deactivates that one, comes up and deactivates that one. This one leads to the black wool room. It deactivates upper two and it activates the bottom one, and you can see this is CMB's downward wire. It comes in here, repeater, and down. Light blue is the iron block. Comes in here, repeater, sends through here, activates that one, and if we follow it, it deactivates this one. Shut up. And this one leads to the white wool room, and it goes down this wire and powers all the T flip-flops. I'm not really good at hiding redstone. I tried what I could. I used CMB's downward wire, but still, to me, it's big and clunky and doesn't really fit. And this thing is huge, anyways. And I don't know. I'm hoping that maybe someone can take this idea and use it and make it really small. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. I also have the elevator set to go slow when it goes up, that way you don't have to have glass in front of you. You're not pressed up against anything, so. Yep. Thanks for watching.